Hi there, my name's Mo, a technical engineer with AGI, and we're going to cover some graphical tips in STK. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the first one is sometimes we get a lot of users asking us, how do you change some options at the same time? So what you can do is you can hold left-clicked on one of the objects, and you can hold shift and highlight a bunch of other ones. If they're the same object type, this means that I can just, when they're highlighted, right-click, go into the properties, and change some options. These options are mainly the visual ones. So for satellites, you can't really change any orbit parameters for all of them because that would be changing them to the same exact orbit. However, if I go into 2D graphics attributes, you can see here that now I have the ability to change the color, the line style, and the width of all of the different objects. So for example, I can go ahead and change this from yellow to say bright green. I can change the line width to be a little thicker, and we can hit apply. And now if we look in the object browser, we can see that the colors are changed here. And if I was to go here, we now have thicker orbit lines. Along with that, we don't only have to change the color right in the properties menu. If you look on the left here, you can see that you have different color boxes. If I was just to double click on one, now we have this whole color hexagon opened. If you would like, you can change the different color option. There's a whole bunch of them in STK, but I'll just keep it on basic colors. And I can go ahead and just change it to magenta or purple and hit OK. And now you can see we have some overlap here, but we can change more. So I could keep on going and just change them to whatever colors. So you're seeing here now we're having different orbits coming in. So along with that, notice when I zoom out and in, our labels all disappear as well. So here's another thing that you can do. If I go ahead and zoom to my satellite, just this one in particular, you can see it, we'll brighten it. But as I zoom out further, it turns into a point. So within the properties, I can go down to the model tab, which is under 3D graphics, and I can change the size of this pixel that we see on screen here. So for example, right now it's 8. I can change it to 15, make it a little bigger. Or if I want to see the model the whole time, I can go ahead and change the maximum viewing distance. So this top slider, if I slide it all the way to the right and I hit apply, this is basically saying how far am I going to be able to see the model before we change it into a point. If we go here, we'll keep on zooming out and it won't change. If I zoom in, it's still the model. One thing we can do though is now when we zoom out really far, we may not exactly see the model the entire time because it's realistic size, it's pretty small. We have a log scale here. Sometimes you just need to visualize a lot of objects from afar because you need to see the way they're oriented. So we can change the log scale up and be careful because it's logarithmic. And we can hit apply. And now take a look at this guy. He's a little bit bigger, but now he's a little bit easier to see even though we're far out. Of course, it's not the realistic size, but it's a help visual representation so you can see where everything is. And that covers a few graphical tips. If you have any questions on anything else, please email us at support@agi.com. See ya.